Hey, I'm Claire,
And I'm Janice.
and this is The X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
We are breakup coaches here to help you beat your breakup
Heal your broken heart.
and move on to an amazing, abundant life. Hello and welcome to another episode of X-Files. How's everyone doing? Oh, it's Friday. How are you doing, Claire?
I am doing well. We are recording on a Friday. As per usual, we are time bending for anyone listening. I think this will go out on Tuesday.
Well, they always will go out on a Tuesday.
A Tuesday. Yeah, a Tuesday. Well, yes.
Mhm. Yeah, we're
That's
doing
everything
really
about
well, managing a lot of different things in our lives, but keeping up with our priority, which is our coaching and our podcast. So
Yes.
we're really, I think an inspiration to people. who
Yeah,
struggle
we are
a lot of
efficiency
projects.
goddesses.
For sure. So today's episode is kind of cool. We decided to do it sort of last minute. A lot of the topics that we choose are very much related to things that happen in our practices and things that happen in our community, the X-Files community. And the X-Files community is, growing with the, popularity of the podcast. And something that has come up a couple times, even just this week, is this notion of what exactly is it that we do and what exactly is the community for. And, surprising to us because we know what we do and what the community is for, but kind of surprising to us is that, people want to get advice or support on getting their ex back or, maintaining some type of relationship with them. And so we kind of thought even just 2 days ago that we would do an episode on why that's not what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can see why there's some crossover, and I know that there are coaches out there who
I forget about
advertise
that.
both services, and we'll talk more about that. But we just wanted to be super clear, so we're making it an episode why we won't help you get your ex back, to just drill down and be very, very specific, because I think we assumed that would be clear from our philosophy that we talk about in the rest of our episodes about, hey, we are here to help you glow up, grow up, all of the things.
Grow up and glow up.
Exactly.
Right. And we want you to be in our community. And we want anyone who's struggling with a broken heart, who wants to, improve themselves, who wants to learn and grow from a breakup or heartache to come over. And we want you to know what you're getting into.
Yeah, exactly.
And we love to meet clients through the podcast. That's been one of the most exciting things about it. And I think it's important that we kind of put it out there, what we offer and what we don't offer.
Exactly. Because that's the thing too, is if you're looking for something different, we don't want you to work with a coach that isn't what
I don't want you to be disappointed when I won't.
For.
Yeah,
exactly.
When I refuse to strategize with you about getting your ex back, I don't want you to be disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. So and we'll drill down on what exactly that means coming right up. So we get it. Like, when you are in pain, getting the person back whose absence is causing you pain seems like the logical choice. Like, if I could just get him or her back, then everything would be okay again, right? But, sometimes people can get stuck into a loop of blaming themselves and thinking that if they could only work out this puzzle, if they could only figure out where they went wrong, how to communicate better, how to be a better partner, then they could work it out with their ex.
Yeah.
And of course, there's this trend online of how to be a good partner and, taking on personal growth, taking responsibility for one's actions and how we show up in relationships. And between both of those trends, it's obvious, it's not too surprising that as we've grown as a community, there've been a lot of requests for support around this area.
Yeah. Think about the popular books right now on popular topics regarding relationships. One that I'm reading right now, which we got to talk about because I've got some opinions about this book. Attached, for instance, is one of the popular books right now. Girl, I don't know. about
You
this?
don't know. I mean, it is a simplification. Like,
Oh my
obviously
God, it
there's
is.
so many things that go
Yeah.
into it, like trauma and
Mhm.
like family dynamics,
Yeah.
culture, all of these things, personality traits. Yeah, it's a simplification.
It's got some
But
good things, but it's got some
yeah.
things I'd love to maybe we can do like a debate or something. Anyways,
Yeah.
but my point is that this book is about looking at your own patterns, pretty much.
Yes.
Other popular topics, like for instance, codependence is a really popular topic right now. That's
Mhm.
also about kind of looking at your own patterns. So I think,
Yeah.
some people might see that these are the trends right now and think, oh, well, maybe I should be working on myself. Maybe that's why my relationship broke up.
Yeah.
I need to look at my own patterns, and then maybe, I can repair this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you definitely should be learning
Yes.
and focusing on your personal growth. It's just the motive behind that
Right.
shouldn't be to get back
Mhm.
with your ex.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. I'm all
yeah.
about, people trying to figure out how to be, a more conscious, healthy partner,
Yeah.
but, for your future, not for your past. All
Yeah.
right. So why
Yeah.
won't we help you get back with your ex? Let's talk about it.
Yes. Well, number one, we are about personal growth.
Mhm.
So, backtracking and trying to get back to the way things were, it doesn't offer the opportunity for self-development and learning, and only like going through the motions of personal development and learning how to be happy alone and learning the things you love and things like that, it can be like disingenuous to just go through the motions with the intention of, oh, I'm performing this so that my ex wants to get back with
Yeah,
me.
that's a good way to
And
put it.
yeah, so
Mhm.
that's like a nuance there.
Yeah. And, just as far as, improving yourself to go back, it gets you stuck
Yeah.
in a loop, really.
Yeah.
Your old patterns, habits, memories. This doesn't promote growth. It holds you back from growth. So
Yeah.
looking to the future and how to create a new and beautiful life now that you've broken up is what I work with my clients on. It's what we work with our clients on. Claire and I don't coach together, just so people know.
Yeah.
But-
Just the podcast and then we
No,
coach
wait,
separately.
yeah. I could see us doing some sort of group experience.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yes, we
totally.
have
Yeah.
separate
Stay
practices.
tuned. But like our
Yeah.
our current offerings are solo.
Yes, we
So
show up here together and then we take it
yeah.
out into the world separately.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, so my work I would consider to be really loving and really exciting. And it's also filled with a lot of honesty and reality. Like I hold people's hands in a way, but I bring it back to the truth.
Yeah.
I don't really help people make excuses for why, they can't move on or get stuck in loops such as, I don't know why this is so hard, or we love each other, why can't we figure this out? Like my work is to get you out of that thought pattern.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And to learn that you have independence and also
Yes.
that you can enjoy that
Mhm.
independence,
Mhm.
and that will serve you no matter what happens in the future.
Yeah.
So we're
That's
really
so
talking
true.
about like what happens during the session or the 3-month
Mhm.
program, that sort of thing. Like we are focusing entirely on you as a person and not necessarily the like relationship situation with this one person.
Yeah, that's a good point too, which I hadn't thought that we would talk about. But really looking back and trying to analyze and dissect the relationship, right, isn't really what we do. I guess that'd
Yeah.
probably be more something that a
Yeah.
counselor would do. I mean, unless of course it's, looking at a pattern to, get ready to
Yeah.
date again,
Like
but
an
that's more about
overarching
you.
pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because I do talk about past relationship patterns, but that's not necessarily just looking at this one ex that you're
Exactly.
struggling with right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
It's comparing what happened there to what happened in your last relationship and trying to pick out those patterns where you may be a little self-defeating.
Yes, yep, exactly. And then along those lines, I work closely with people to take control of their lives and manifest things. I would loosely consider myself a law of attraction coach slash, going in that direction as far as credentials go. And so it wouldn't be ethical for me to, help people look backward.
Yeah. 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 And like for distinctions, like I have a mindfulness certification.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I end up focusing a lot of time on with clients is like getting your life in order as well and getting your mind right. And kind of that relationship with self, I think.
Yes.
So
yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So we want you to grow. We want you to improve. That's what this is about.
Yep.
And do it for you.
Yeah. And also, I mean, we are experienced and, I would say quite wise and knowledgeable in this area.
Yeah.
And we know that that's not the way to do it. And look, if you're a coach and you think we're wrong, that's fine. But based on what we know, trying to get back with your ex and looking backwards isn't the way to do it. All right. So another reason we will not help you get back with your ex is we're not here to control people.
Yeah.
So the theory behind getting an ex back, which you will easily find with any number of mind-boggling YouTube videos, is that you will change your ways and then your ex will understand why leaving the relationship was wrong and reconsider. I should have worded that differently, but I think everyone knows what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I consider this to be very unethical because, we don't have access to this other person. We don't know what's going through their mind. Yeah. And, in the case of someone who's coming to us for support and who would say, how do I get my ex back? It's fairly likely that, the other person was the one who ended the relationship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that in and of itself is all I need to know. I trust the other person's decision. And we are constantly telling people in, our social media and on the show, if you don't want to be in a relationship any longer, then you should end it.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing applies for, a client's ex as it does for anyone who listens.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to help you manipulate this person.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, we know that, you can learn and improve and take lessons into your next relationship and be like, yeah, I'll speak up when I have an issue instead of just doing like the silent treatment or like what another probably common thing that people do wrong is just like kind of exploding on their partner. Or just not recognizing the good things that they are doing, being like, oh, well, you only bought me flowers because I told you to buy me flowers. And it's like, maybe in your next relationship, you realize that they cared enough to try to do something that you asked them to do.
Excuse the other person for listening.
Yeah, exactly. So, these are things that you're like looking back, you can be like, oh my God, I would do that differently next time. Sure.
Hey, a little self-reflection never hurt anybody. I mean, that's that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just like our perspective is that if we go into it like, oh, if you perform this way, if you play this role and say these things, it'll be the magic combination to get your ex back. No, we're not doing that. That's unethical. So, like, first of all, we don't tell our clients what to do. We make suggestions based on personal experience and really research. We don't make demands of our clients. We're here to walk with you. We're not giving you a guidebook that you must check off every box.
Yeah, so, I mean, and trust me, and sometimes you just have to kind of let people, kind of make a couple mistakes, figure it out.
Exactly.
And which can be hard to do.
It's hard to do as a coach.
It's part of it.
But yeah, it's part of loving people where they are and that sort of thing. So,
and I do love my clients.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't tell our clients what to do, and we certainly would never try to make someone we've never even met, whose situation we don't understand and we're only getting one side of, try to make them do something that we must check off every box. So, we wouldn't try to make them and manipulate them into doing something like through 2 degrees of separation. That just
That's
seems
a good way to
wrong.
put it.
Yeah.
I agree. Which brings us to the next point of we're not in it for a quick buck, people. At all.
Yeah, because you know what? Like, there's a lot of money to be made on preying on people's heartbreak.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're here to
Nope.
do. And, you know, I do see people online taking advantage of heartbroken people by promising to help get their ex back. And, you know, they're just selling snake oil and saying that they can help you do this. And at the end of the day, that's not something anyone can promise, because this is an independent person with like autonomy who you can't force to do anything. And so, you know, I never want to make promises that I can't keep. And, you know, I think that maybe marketing kind of goes awry here, and some coaches may be trying to sell someone what they want and give them what they need. I don't know what's happening in those coaching sessions. Maybe they're like walking their clients back from this and trying to get them into a more healthy perspective once they've gotten them in the session by saying, hey, we can get your ex back. But that's fucked up.
I know.
So I don't know. That's the only way I can see it in like an ethical way. And I'm not like, I'm speaking very generally right now, but if you Google search how to get my ex back, I guarantee there's like 2,000 results of coaches promising these things.
Or even breakup coaching, which I kind of forget because it's so the opposite of what I do. But when I first got the the idea to be a breakup coach, I do remember when, going online and seeing what it was about. And at the time, probably the majority of it was, people saying that there were coaches to help you get your ex back and to become irresistible to their ex, and things like how to send the perfect text to your ex, and how long to wait to get in touch with them. And then when you do, what to say, and just stuff that made me absolutely sick. How to make your ex want you more. If you go, I think still on YouTube, if you looked at breakup coaches or breakup tips or something, it would be probably mostly how to get your ex back. It's changed now for sure. Breakup coaching isn't new. Other breakup coaches are doing more, conscious, mindful, positive work. But still, I think because of maybe there is a lot of money made in it. And I don't know if they're doing one-on-one sessions, but there's lots of, buying courses and things to help you learn this. And
it reminds me a lot of
I'm like speechless.
I'm speechless. It reminds me a lot of the dark side of NLP because
oh my God, totally.
Neuro-linguistic programming. I think it got famous
because of the
a few years ago. Yeah, the pickup artists.
You're right.
And so like getting your ex back by like following certain steps and acting in certain ways just really reminds me a lot of the pickup artists.
I'm saying this just having not thought about it at all, but I bet you anything that it is related.
Yeah.
And that the people who are doing this, how to get your ex back or how to be irresistible to your ex, are they're probably, some of them are tangentially at least involved in the pickup artist industry. Because you know what, let's just be honest, like it is a lot of really good looking dudes who have these videos about how to send the sexy text to your ex. And I'm gonna look into this.
And we're not saying NLP is bad. You can use it for beautiful, positive things. But it's with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, interesting. You're absolutely you're absolutely right. All right. So why we won't help you get your ex back. Working on yourself will always be the way. It will always lead to good things. We promise you. Staying obsessed obsessed is a strong word, but or preoccupied with an ex is a pattern that keeps you focused on another person. And all right, listen, it also keeps you focused on a painful situation in the past. if you're listening to the podcast, seeking our support, you probably don't have warm and fuzzies about this situation, right?
Yeah, you're hurting.
So this isn't like, cut and dry necessarily, but a lot of people believe that it's looking to your past that causes depression. And like generally speaking, I can see that that's often the case. So even if the possibility of getting your ex back is in your head, it's taking up some space and is preventing you from the true joy and all that you may experience with your new life. And that's another thing. Like we're really focused on the fact that a breakup is an opportunity for a new beginning.
Yeah.
And so you haven't really stepped into the new beginning if you're focusing on maybe getting your ex back.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is too, we're not saying, oh, you have to feel happy now and you need to move on now. We're just saying part of that process is releasing the idea that you're going to be with this person.
Yeah, you can't really fully grieve the breakup, which is an absolutely necessary part of the process.
Yeah.
If you're thinking that you might get it back.
Yeah.
Like you can't really fully step
it's kind of like being
process.
In denial.
Yeah.
And I get that that's part of like the stages of grief. Sorry, a cat just jumped over me.
It's okay. We like your cat.
Yeah, she's nice. So yeah, they're feeling feisty this morning. Yeah, so I know it's like a phase that people go through of being like, oh, maybe it isn't over. Yeah. Maybe, it'll be okay. It's just for some people that's like 5 minutes occasionally. And for other people, they really lock on to this, like they're a drowning person and this is the life raft,
know? I mean, I've seen people stay in it for months.
Yeah.
I mean, every experience is normal. It's just when it comes to my support, I'm going to help you to, get out of that loop. And, we also help people with things like dating, and relationships are about joy and companionship. And so if you've broken up with someone, obviously it wasn't as full of joy and love as is possible. Yeah. And we want you to, have the fullest experience in your relationship. And so, encouraging you to go back to something where you didn't have that, isn't something that I would feel comfortable with.
And I know someone's going to be like, but it was out of nowhere. Like they said they had to focus on their own mental health and that the relationship was perfect. And it's like, you want to be with someone who wants to be with you. That's part of it. Even if you felt totally loved and all of those things in the moment, you still want to be with someone and get that full of experience of being with someone who's there, who's in it, and who is committed as any normal person can be, right? It's like, things may happen in the future, but like in this moment, they're there for you. And that's really important.
If someone broke up with you when yesterday it was fine, and then today they've randomly changed their mind or whatever happened, I mean, would you really want someone who just drop you like a hot potato?
Yeah, exactly.
They change their mind, and that definitely happens. But you deserve better.
Yeah, you deserve better. So I just want to bring up the Mandalorian quote.
Oh, yeah.
This is the way. So anytime you're like, oh, what if I could get them back? Be like, nope, this is the way. Focus on myself, glowing up, learning to love myself, understand myself, figure my shit out. That's all attractive. Not just to like your ex, but to new people, to yourself. You gain self-respect by taking those daily committed actions and not just looking backwards all the time. So, you have to do this for you. You can't do this for your ex. You honestly shouldn't even be doing it for some nameless future anonymous person that you may run into down the road. The point is to be happy with your life and be living a life that you feel good about, and that is about your own personal development and isn't about like just giving and giving and giving to someone else.
Yeah, it's a really good way to put it. I agree. Ooh. So let's talk about how likely it is to even work, which is one reason why I avoid this, is I would never suggest something to a client or someone in the community that is likely to fail. Now, I have tried really hard to find statistics on this, and I haven't been able to. If someone can lead me in the right direction, I would appreciate it. But it's very, very unlikely that getting back with someone after a breakup, especially if it's a breakup that's, leading you to listen to podcasts, get support, it's not very likely that this is going to end up being a happy relationship that's going to last.
Be stable for the long term.
Yeah. So this is just, empirical evidence completely, but it's been my experience from watching people and doing it myself, people.
Yeah. Anecdotal.
Well, it's empirical as well, but because I don't have science. Yes. Okay. But
no, empirical means you have science. That means you've proven it in a study. Anecdotal is like, I've just seen this happen a bunch of times, right?
But empirical is based on observation. Yeah, there's some some differences.
Okay, sorry. Restart that part. I just wanted to.
I mean, it doesn't matter. So I know from anecdotal evidence that typically when you get back with someone, that the relationship then it lasts for a shorter amount of time than it did the first time around, and then shorter and shorter, like each time you try and get back together. It's very unlikely that it's going to last. I mean, look around. How many people do you know that have made it work after
exactly? Look at your friends. Like how many people have you seen get back together and stay together and be happy and healthy and have a positive relationship? It's really like name one.
Apparently Prince Harry and his wife, I mean, if you go and look this up, their story will come up, because apparently they took a break for a while, and now obviously they're married with 2 kids.
And so did Prince William and Kate.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Prince William and Kate. I didn't mean Harry. Maybe I just got Harry on the mind. He's so sexy. But so Prince William
and Kate.
Yes, and Kate did apparently take a break and get back together. But okay, so other than the royal family,
that's a pretty, that's a big commitment to get into too. It's not like, oh, we'll just have like a normal relationship.
Yeah, and apparently that had something to do with why they broke up too. It wasn't, like they weren't getting along. It's just like she was having second thoughts or something about.
You're gonna have a lot of pressure for the rest of your life, and you'll never leave the limelight. It's literally till death do us part. Like,
even if they broke up. So that will come up if you look this up. Okay, so other than the royal family, how many couples do you know who went through what you're going through with a bad, or painful breakup and got back together and are still together?
And key thing here that I like to underscore a lot is they got back together immediately after the breakup. Like it was not that much time between the breakup and getting back together, because the key thing in there is that those are still the same people trying the same thing.
It's a really good point.
In the same situation. I think it's a different story if you've spent at least 6 months to a year apart. You've actually done things like personal development. You've explored yourself. You are not the same person trying the same things in the same situation, and neither is your partner. That's when perhaps it might be different, but still not high chances.
I could see in that case that maybe you'd have a chance of making it work. But so the thing is, though, if you've been broken up with, and then you're deciding, I'm going to do all this work, I'm going to focus on myself, and then a year from now you consider getting back into this relationship, what are the chances, and how do you know that this other person has also done the growth and everything? I mean, it's actually really likely that your growth could trigger them, or your growth could make the relationship even less successful, or that you're gonna get just backtrack and get into the same patterns, whereas you could take all the growth into a new relationship that you don't have all this history and baggage.
Exactly. 100%. Like I think the reason why I talk about both partners possibly doing the work and growing is that you literally are not the same person, neither of you.
Yeah.
And so it is like entering into a brand new relationship. Like you're not going to have all of these like same things that you might be actually missing right now. Like you're not going to have the same TV shows and stuff. They may have a totally different daily schedule. So you don't have that consistency that you loved. It's
Mhm.
learning a new person. You might as well date someone new. Like, and
Agreed.
not have all those expectations of like who this person is going to be.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so it just gets very complicated, and honestly the chances of just ending up heartbroken again is very high. I know Janice, you had an experience with
Yeah.
this where you
Yeah,
tried.
so and
Yeah.
I mean I don't want to come off too much as saying, well, you know, it didn't work for me and so it's not going to work for you either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after I had healed from my divorce and done quite a bit of moving on and had actually done it quite successfully. I mean, when I talk about breakup success, I often talk about the stuff I did during the divorce. And after all of this, and it was probably about a year, maybe more, we, yeah, tried it again. And it was a fucking disaster. I'm telling you what, it was absolutely horrible. And so we reconnected for a little while. Yeah, I would definitely say anything that I hadn't liked about the relationship was even worse with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal was. It was almost like I don't know if this was the case, but so I had ended the relationship the first time, and he treated me almost like he was like wanting to get back at me.
He
Like
was like punishing you.
he was not good to me. Yeah, and it almost was like it almost felt spiteful. Anyways,
Yeah.
so then I realized that I had made a mistake, even, you know, exploring this, even breaking no contact. And it
Yeah.
was very, very, very painful,
Yeah.
excruciating. Yes. And
Yeah.
we have not spoken since I think the time that we decided that we were going to cut it off.
Yeah.
And that conversation, yeah, I could have very easily done without all of it. It
Yeah.
was, I would definitely say, yeah, you know, we learn from things, but I would say I do regret it. I'm perfectly happy saying that. I think
Yeah.
that when we say we don't have any regrets, you know, we're kind of saying that we wouldn't do things differently. And I do regret it. And yeah, it did nothing for me.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt good in the moment. Like in the very beginning,
Yeah.
when we saw each other and we reconnected, it was like fireworks. It, you know, we stayed together for so long, definitely because we did have the chemistry.
Yeah.
Sex was great, all of it. So it felt really like it felt good in the very beginning. But then
Yeah.
once we kind of got into exploring it and spending time together and what the future would look like,
You were like, "Oh yeah.
no.
This isn't no."
No, he was, I felt very impossible. Like, I don't want to go into it. It just,
Yeah.
everything that was bad was worse.
Was worse.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he grew in a different way.
I think, I don't know what his story is. I don't care what his story is. You know, I'm sure
Yeah.
that, you know, there's two sides to everything, but that's definitely how I took it for sure.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even like he was, yeah, even less considerate. It just, I don't recommend it based on my experience.
Yeah. So it's
And also ending
I'm
it
so sorry that
for
happened.
another time was, you know, just as painful, if not more painful. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of like healing a wound and then opening it
Yeah.
again. It's
Yes.
just
Yeah.
like,
And
"Oh
then like
no."
letting it get a little infected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and like dipping it in salt water.
Yes.
All of the metaphors. Um
Mhm.
yeah, so I mean, I think we've driven this home that it's about doing things for you,
Mhm.
not trying to change other people, not changing yourself in order to make other people do certain things.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. We're all chameleons. We're all playing a role on some level, but intentionally trying to follow steps that will give you some chance of getting someone back with you is just like me.
Yeah.
It's not
Bad
good, and
energy.
it's it can't be helping you. It has to be hurting you on some level.
Yeah.
Um and it's also not maintainable. Like, you can't just be this new person if it's an act.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, that's why we want help you get your ex back. Oh, and then I wanted to mention something that we were going to talk about in the beginning was that we also are not necessarily offering support as far as having conversations with your ex or staying friends with your ex or maintaining a relationship with your ex for other reasons, and which is also something we've been asked a lot about as our community has grown, and we're going to do an episode on that.
Yes. Yeah, because I like our whole point, and the reason why these are kind of like sister topics is that like, we're here to support you in your personal growth. We're not necessarily like conversation coaches or like, you know, like we say relationship coaches sometimes because like a lot of people use it synonymously, but we're not like manipulating the situation coaches. We're like focusing on you within a relationship, within a breakup, within a life situation like that, whether it's, you know, an official breakup or just getting over your crush, which we did an episode on, which was really fun. So
and it's also a lot about healing. And so, you know, maintaining a relationship with your ex is not part of the healing process.
Yeah. We know that that's going to slow down your healing. And so as we're focusing on healing, we would recommend not like, you know, it's like picking a scab. Like, your doctor's not going to be like, oh, that's fine, just like tear your scab off every day. That's going to help you heal.
I get why you want to. I get that you're saying that you can't resist.
Yeah, like we understand how hard it is and how itchy that scab gets, but you got to leave it alone. And we're here to try to help you get to a place where you can leave it alone. You know, and also accept you when you do inevitably do something that's not going to be the best thing for you, but just be there with you and say, okay, how did that feel? Do you want to do that again next time? No. Okay. Like, let's continue from here. Let's pick up where we left off. So yeah.
Stay tuned for that episode in a couple weeks.
Yay!
So what do you think about what we've revealed today? We would love you to come into our DMs or, you know, go over to the Facebook group and let us know. What do you think of our approach? Does it surprise you? Did you ever get back with an ex and regret it? Did you get back with an ex and you're still together 4 years later? I'd love to know that.
Totally.
So like, we always
more power
love to hear.
To you. But that's not our job. That's not our prerogative.
I mean, I'd be curious and amazed. So feel free to let us know. We always love to hear from listeners. So, you know, you can hit us up on Instagram. Or find us on Facebook, Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On.
Awesome. Yep. We love you guys. We'd love to hear from you, and we will talk to you. We will talk to your ears soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
If you like this episode, tag us on your Instagram story so we can connect with you.
And you can find me, Claire, on Instagram at Claire Lofthouse.
And me, Janice, on Instagram at Janice Formicella. If you'd like to join our online community, find us on Facebook at Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On.
And here's a preview of our next episode. For sure suffering from breakup brain, and having that like lashing out feeling, but also like not making great decisions. And so I look back, I think about how I've acted and been like, I definitely didn't make it any easier on myself by acting from a place of breakup brain.
I've done things too that I would even be embarrassed to admit, even on this show.
Yeah.
We'll see as time goes what I let out.